The process of change is unstoppable. It is unstoppable because the people themselves want change. It doesn't matter how many obstacles Mugabe puts in the way of the people's will to have change.
Mzare Thokozani Kupi. Ndau yawo kuzokumbira vote renyu.
Kutaimira kukambura zvasina kubvisira pfungwa.
Njere dzikawa shoma, muwiri mudoro wakura, chinokanganiswa nenjere, muwiri ndiwo unoripa. Njere dzikawa shoma, muwiri mudoro wakura, chinokanganiswa nenjere, muwiri ndiwo unoripa.
Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of The Situation Right Now. And on The Situation Right Now is your most watched political and socio-economic discourse program where we discuss anything and everything political and socio-economic with me, Blessed Mhlanga, and carefully selected guests who give us in-depth knowledge, new understanding of political and economic activities that are happening in our country, issues that you should care about, issues that the nation should understand and be able to interrogate, unpack, and add to the development of Zimbabwe. This afternoon in studio, I'm joined by a political animal, I should say, a member of the MDC-T, a close ally of the Deputy President of the MDC-T, Dr. Thokozani Kupi. Now we're going to be understanding issues around what is happening in the MDC-T, what is happening in the political arena, and where to Zimbabwe in the MDC-T. Now, welcome Senator Khalipani Pugeni, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Greetings to you and your team and the viewers wherever they may be.
Yes. Mr. Pugeni,
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've had you, since your EOC.
Okay.
Yes, and there's a lot that has been happening in the party.
Yeah.
But what we want to critically understand from you is, what is the state of the MDC-T right now?
Well, these are subjective views. So in no way they must be looked upon as a document that has been critically compiled and analyzed and put together. So in other words, this is not the position of the party. This is my personal view. We are struggling after that EOC, which many of you reported to have played itself out in the manner which it did. But I think, like all relationships, you know, group dynamics, there will be friction here and there. To a certain extent, it's healthy, but it does get to a point where it's toxic. But I think we have passed that stage now where it was toxic. I think we are slowly but surely beginning to find each other, and I hope I am right, and soon and very soon we should be firing from all cylinders.
How many standing committee meetings have you attended since the last EOC?
I have not been able to attend any for various reasons. Suffice to say, as you find me now, I am ready to go to our strategic planning meeting, which we will be doing. but I've not been able to attend any because the ones that were called earlier on, Dr. Kupe was down with COVID, and all our focus was there. As you know, if you have a family member struggling with something, you take leave of absence or whatever and concentrate on that. And then after I had COVID, it was my turn. I then suffered COVID-19 and then I recovered. And then unfortunately, the last 2 standing committees that were called, I was in South Africa. So I just arrived this weekend, or rather last weekend, so that I could be in the Senate. And since I arrived, there has been no standing committee that has been called.
Mm-hmm. You said you've passed the toxic stage. What entailed the toxic stage?
Well, I did mention the nature and manner of how that EOC unfolded. But I think there is this greater realization that the cause is greater than individual feelings and hurt. The cause is greater, and so there is this effort to nudge each other to say, let's fight this good fight to the end. At times it may mean conscientizing each other that we are veering off from our founding values, principles and objectives. Let's do some introspection and self-examination. But yeah, it was a difficult stage, but I think the worst is behind us now.
So in saying the worst is behind you, are you saying that Dr. Thokozani Kupe has come to the point where he has accepted Douglas Monzora as the president of the MDC-T?
Well, I would answer it this way. Professor Madugu has been our lawyer and a very reliable one since roundabout, prominently from 2018. And he has given us advices which we have accepted wholeheartedly and been bound by it. So on the 29th of December, he came up with an opinion piece on a legal opinion with regards to the outcome of that EOC. You remember you were there at the Rainbow Towers where I held a press conference. I know that it is reported that in that press conference I announced the either suspension or firing of his Right Honorable Senator Monzora, which I didn't. You will remember that in that conference I said, I appreciate that people are coming here expecting me to pronounce definitively on certain issues. And I said, I'm not going to be able to do that because I am waiting a legal opinion from Professor Madugu, which local opinion binds all of us. You know that the following morning that legal opinion came, which legal opinion said, short of a successful court challenge to the outcomes of that EOC, Honorable Monzora remains the duly elected president. It is upon that I did put a tweet. Unfortunate at that time, then Dr. Kupe fell ill and then we're not able to discuss all of these things. But when she came, she was made aware of the opinion, or even before she was aware of the opinion. And as a Democrat and a principled one for that matter, she's bound by that legal opinion, notwithstanding her reservations, which are out there in the open. The United States of America has since, a province, has since threatened a court challenge. So we are yet to see how that will pan out. We will be informed by the decision of that challenge if and when it does. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You seem to be very reliant on other people challenging on behalf of Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
No, not really. I understand why it may appear so.
But that has been your tradition, has it not been?
That's what I'm saying. It may appear to be so. Of course, in the Chamisa matter, yes, and that was an oversight, which with hindsight, she did recognize that it would have been better to challenge her recall from Parliament on an urgent basis than allowing it to be overtaken by events in the manner which it did.
I'm not talking about the recall. I'm talking about the Patson Murimoga challenge, then coming to the Mashavire. She was the one who was clearly prejudiced at that particular time.
Oh yes, she was the one who was clearly prejudiced at
but
that time.
But she sat back to watch and hope that an act of God will assist her.
Not really. It's because then the Right Honorable Dr. Tsvangirai had said, no, these are my assistants. And you would have seen the video which he did in Bulawayo and many other places where he said, there is no question when it comes to the hierarchy. There is a vice president elected at Congress, that's Dr. Kupe. These are my assistants, and they are not senior to her.
It's playing out again. Two vice presidents have been appointed. You are silent. You do not agree with EOC, how the EOC went out. You are silent. You are choosing to deal with a legal opinion.
No, it's not true that we are silent.
You just said that.
No, I didn't say that. It's not true. For example, she did put a tweet explaining the issues of dispute. She did put out that tweet.
And what did she do about it?
No, I'm explaining. Now, she has since consulted extensively, and the advice had been the end result will be the same, whether you challenge or you allow the United States of America challenge to play itself out, the end result will be the same anyway. Now, if we have taken a posture that says the cause is greater than individual feelings and hurts and whatsoever, you find that position to be reasonable. I want to refer back to your reporting on the incident. Immediately after Congress, you did a program, I think with 3 or 4 people, and your reporting was clear that the EOC was chaotic, violence, ballot tampering, and you listed a whole lot of things. And you have that proof because you then produced the video evidence to that effect. So, if her cause is to conscientize the country and the general public on democratic discourse, I think it's by and large achieved.
Senator Pugen,
yeah.
You say you're constitutionalist.
Yes, I am.
You say you are democratic.
Yes, I am.
And therefore, it would only make sense to me that you would only be more inclined to support things that are constitutional and democratic. And that would be your bigger cause. Would that not be?
No.
It wouldn't be a bigger cause.
No. I'm saying, no, it is. And there is no contradiction in the way we have acted.
But you're saying, let us forget these violations that you're talking about, and because the cause is bigger than a person. That's what you are saying, unless I'm getting you wrong.
Yeah, the interpretation thereof is wrong. What we have said is that after consultation, it became clear to her that what part of the membership of the party is doing will bring us, or would bring an outcome which is the same that she may be the one pursuing.
So she's supporting. She's supporting the U.S. province challenge against Douglas Monzo.
No, hear this now. You know that if she were to stand up now and say, I'm taking this challenge, you know the discord and the strife that it will bring, not only within the party, but also in the country.
How is the country affected by a discord in the MDC-T?
Like, how is the country affected? Mm-hmm. You know how well the country has followed the is it the 31 March Supreme Court judgment, 30 March Supreme Court judgment of 2020. You know how much the country has been crippled with that. You've even seen diplomatic missions writing about it. It's a well-known fact. It will make it part of our political books in the future and our history books. It's there. So I was hoping that you will take judicial notice of that whatever happens in the MDC largely has a bearing on the country as well. Now, let me come to the question which you asked. You see, if you have a situation where you have disputes that you cannot solve internally, the constitution of the country says the courts are the final arbiters of our disputes. So, as a party, and I'm sure you've heard this a lot about it, and maybe it bears repeating, we are introducing a new kind of politics of rational disputation. Rational disputation means that we are not in agreement, but how we resolve these disputes, it will be rational. And then, therefore, going to courts must not be criminalized. It must not be weaponized to say, why are you going to court? Because in the first place, it is in the Constitution that in the event you don't agree or you don't find each other, go to a neutral arbiter, and that will then be the cause. So it must not be a stain that so and so were not agreeing, and they then decided to approach the courts for recourse.
Do you have a strategy? Because I'm failing to get the strategy to gain constitutionalism and democracy within your party.
Well, as I said, you know you've already gotten me into trouble with your question on the 21st of
Are you in trouble, Senator?
Wednesday. Yes, you have already. I've even received death threats for your own information.
From your party?
Well, I don't know, but these are people who are claiming.
I thought you're talking about rational disputation
exactly.
and you are receiving death threats.
Exactly. And I'm saying to you, I'm trying by all means not to speak on behalf of the party.
But you're the deputy spokesperson of the party.
Yes, but I'm sure you would have known that there is a directive to the effect that before you say anything about the party, it must be cleared here and cleared there and whatsoever. So I didn't have that opportunity. So why? Are
you a democracy that does that? You are appointed deputy spokesperson of the party, and you have to be cleared by so many offices before you speak. Is that democracy?
Well, you'll have to ask somebody else, not me.
No, but you're in the party. You're a senior member of the party, Senator Puge.
But I am saying to you, already you know, as a matter of fact, that on many issues I can't speak because I do not have that authority. You know that. So to sit here and further expose myself than I already have, it is not wise at all. Or basically give my political enemies fodder to then take me to the gallows. It is not wise. So you will find that...
Taking you to the gallows would be what?
Well, like I'm saying to you...
What would they do that would take you to the gallows?
After your political gallows, by the way, after your question, which was based on misinformation, by the way, or misinterpretation of what Zim Live supposedly was saying, you would have seen the choruses of many unspecified actions against myself. I've told you that some of them, which have come direct to me, are death threats. Some of them are, he must be disciplined. Some of them are, he must be recalled from parliament. Now, I have not been heard, notwithstanding the fact that immediately after that I did shoot a tweet, which I copied all concerned to say, I have nothing to do with the said words. I never said them. And I have proof from Zim Live saying, no, you never said these words. The only words you said, or the only word you said, is a noun, which is no. That's the only thing in quotation marks which we attribute to you. But it has not stopped the lynch mob to abuse me, abuse Dr. Kupe with a lot of profanities, which I can't repeat without feeling dirty. But I'm making this point to say to you, I am not able to go as far as I would have been in the past and as would you love me to, because it will be unfair exposure to myself.
I'm really shocked at what you are saying.
Yeah.
That Dr. Kupe has been attacked, yourself have been attacked, and on this particular part, you are silent. Whereas had you been attacked by the MDC Alliance, you'd have been so loud about it and declared constitutionalism, that you're constitutionalist and you're not allowed this. So do you choose who and who not to confront when you are attacked and when your life is threatened?
Well, before we started this this recording, I did send you my response. I've already pushed back. I have sent a video. I've sent it to you. I hope after this you will then be able to share it with your viewers. So yes, I have made it clear that the lynching is uncalled for. But you know, it's part of a greater agenda, which a lot of journalists, credible journalists, some of them told me at the EOC floor, some of them told me immediately after the EOC that they are coming for you, Chief. And I asked, what have I done? They say, it doesn't matter. They're just coming for you. They will find something out. If they don't find anything out, they'll make it. So I am not surprised that I am getting all these type of threats. I'm making social media headlines every day based on things I didn't say, things I didn't do, and at this stage it doesn't matter. We just have to get our men, and it's yet to be seen whether they'll get their men or not. I don't know.
Do you think that you are constitutionalist and you stand by that? Or you're optionist who are more worried about parliamentary positions and will do anything in the name of rational disputation to maintain those positions?
I don't think so with regards to the latter. Because if I was exactly as you're describing me, I wouldn't have been in this trouble. Because I'm sure there are a lot of senators and members of parliament for the National Assembly whom people don't even know. They have no idea of who they are. But the mere fact that I am speaking, and because what then happens, you must see the trend. What happens is that I speak, and I make it clear that I'm not going to speak about anyone. I'm not going to speak about an organization. I'm just going to talk about myself, Kalpani Puke.
But how does that happen? That is the biggest problem. Because
no, but let me finish this point.
You are trying to be so careful so that you maintain parliamentary position.
I'm not trying to be very careful. I'm not trying to maintain a parliamentary position. I'm simply saying to you, if somebody says, you can't speak on my behalf, right? It's their democratic right. And
but they gave you a position to speak on their behalf.
Wait. And they gave me conditions.
And you accept those conditions?
Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? But let me finish this point. And I'm saying to you, having made it even public that I am not going to talk about anyone without their permission. And I speak about myself. Words get created somewhere, and they are given to me, and then I am then judged with the investiture. You understand? Now, if I was scared,
you are in this toxic environment,
let me finish this
and
point.
You are staying there for what reason? Because from what you're saying to me, I feel like you are in this massive toxic environment where, number one, the people who gave you a position do not trust you, so you can't speak on their behalf, although you are given a position to speak on their behalf.
No, they didn't say Kalpani Puke. They didn't say that. They simply said it applies to everyone. You see? Now, it applies to everyone, so it can't be my role alone to challenge it. If other people also feel that it's draconian, they have a duty equally so. But what I have done, Blessed, is that every time when you need me on matters within my capacity, which will be my person, and Dr. Kupe using her constitutional right to then appoint me to represent her, I then speak on those matters. You see, Now, if I was a scared person who's selfish, who wants to keep his parliamentary seat, because you know what has been since ensued every time I have these interviews, I then would have been silenced. Thereby denying your viewers and everyone else to hear my voice and hear Dr. Kupe's voice. But we haven't done that. Now, the environment, if you think these rules are so draconian, you know who to challenge. It's not me. You can't challenge me.
I'm challenging you because
No,
you're deputy spokesperson of the MDC-T.
But
you were on the forefront of implementing the Supreme Court decision, and you are going to a strategic meeting for leaders of the party. So you are a leader of the party.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't dispute that. I don't dispute that at all. Maybe what we can say, let's agree on this one. On the next interview, you can then ask me, as you know that this will be my first meeting, then you can ask me, what did you do about ABCD? Then you can ask me. But I can't account for decisions in absentia. What I can do is I can abide by them because they're binding me. You see? But I can't account for them until I am part of that collective and have not raised my voice on 1, 2, 3.
There are reports that 6 million was stolen from party coffers.
Yes.
And I understand that Dr. Kupe has made a statement to the police. Can you confirm that?
Dr. Kupe was called by the police. I don't have the date, but that's the same day when she met with Dr. Monzora at Harvest House. And when she was leaving in that meeting, she says, by the way, I'm on my way to the police from here because they've called me for questioning. So she went to the police, they questioned her and asked her to give a statement with what she knows, and she did depose of that statement.
Mm-hmm. Can you share the contents of that statement?
I have not seen that statement myself. Legally, I'm not even sure if I can share that statement yet because we don't know where this thing is going to end. So it may be preempting the courts if it ends up in the courts, and it may be prejudicing the whole thing. You know, certain individuals may be prejudiced or will be prejudiced. So I think it's best
from my sources, from my understanding,
yeah,
is that in her statement, she did mention that Douglas Monzora, your president at the MDC-T, is behind the missing of the funds. And some of that money was used to buy foreign currency, illegally so, on the black market. Are you aware of your party buying money on the black market?
Well, first of all,
are you aware of your party buying money?
I want to attend the first insinuation. You know, so if I leave it, then it becomes fact. There is no basis for that reporting, which says the statement which you just said. As far as I know, and she has said to me, all she knows is that the bank statement reflects that there is no 6 million, or there is 6 million that left the bank account.
And she doesn't know where she went.
Wait. Yeah, people that will be informed of what then happened will be the Treasurer General, which then, at the time, then will be Chief Ndlovu, and the whole Admin and Finance Committee of Finance, and, you know, so that's as far as what she knows. There is no
what kind of an acting president was he?
No, but
who doesn't know money leaves their account? She doesn't know.
No, but let us be honest.
She doesn't have an idea.
Let us be honest. An acting president is not a CFO. He's not a CFO, nor the chief accountant.
But the chief accountant
wait.
reports to the president.
No, wait. So if you are before the police, you can't say you are asked things and then you start referring to hearsay. So you speak with regards to what is within your realm. What is within your realm is that certain amount of money came in, and then it is administered by an organ of the party, which is this organ of the party. And the overseer of that money is the Treasurer General. Those are the people you will be well advised to inquire from. And you would know that then the police then made a follow-up. They then called the Treasurer General to dispose of a statement. They did the same with the national chairperson. They did the same with Senator Mudzuri.
So Dr. Cooper is on public record saying your president, Douglas Mhlanga, stole 6 million.
She's not on public.
She said it.
Okay. Oh, yes.
She said it.
Yes, after the EOC.
Yes, she said it.
Yes.
And she has said that money was stolen. So then she goes to the police and she says she doesn't know who stole it. But she then said it in public.
No.
So this mismatch.
Okay, no. I didn't say she went to the police and said she doesn't know who stole it. You said to me that money was taken and then bought foreign currency. That's what you said. And I said, I don't think those are the details she would have put there. What she would say is that indeed there's 6 million out of the account. What happened with that 6 million is not something. And remember, I am speculating here because as I told you that we have never canvassed this
when
matter.
she said that Douglas Mhlanga stole the money.
We're at Congress?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that a political statement or was it a statement of fact?
Well, this is a PhD holder. This is Dr. Cooper. I think she wouldn't make a statement without evidence. That's what I would think. So what I would try and do is to try and canvass this very same question with her for an answer, or at least provide an opportunity for you to get the answer direct from her.
Patson Murimoga says that there is a woman who made a statement to the police that she was given 1.2 million from the party to buy foreign currency. And that statement is sitting with the police right now. Are you aware of that statement?
I am not aware of that statement because, remember, I am not involved in this issue. The last time I tried to get involved, and it was at a show again, I also got my fingers bent.
So you'd rather not get your fingers bent, but wait, watch 6 million disappear if indeed it disappeared.
No, wait. And I paid a heavy political price, but it did not, at least what we got out of it. Because to some extent, I would like to think that I played a big role in conscientizing people. And when I said that, it wasn't because I was against a certain individual. I was just talking on principles. So basically, you can remove names of people and just say if there's statement A and statement B about one account, and these statements are in conflict, if you want to get to the bottom of it, you need to subject both statements at least to an affidavit, because you know that then these A and B will be alive to the fact that they'll be charged with perjury if they make false statement in front of a police officer. That's the point I was making. And the issue has escalated to where it is, and I have played my role. I'm not an investigator.
But are you not agitated that 6 million disappeared from your party account?
I think you know that I'm agitated.
And what are you doing about it as an individual?
No. But right now, what we know...
No, but I'm asking you a question. What are you doing about it as an individual?
What am I doing as an individual?
Patson Murimoga is doing something as an individual, is he not? And he is not even part of the leadership. You are part of the leadership.
No.
You have promised the people of Zimbabwe that you're going to be accountable and transparent. So you must tell us, based on your promise that you have made, Senator Pugen.
Listen, I think my role which I have played in this whole matter is public knowledge. Whether other people used then weaponized that against me politically is another matter. But I'm simply saying...
And you are fearing that?
No, I'm not scared of that.
So why are you not active?
Yeah, but here my point. I'm saying a fair analysis of where we are now, it will have the role of Kalpani Pugen. It will have the role of Kalpani Pugen. And what role? A sober role that says you have two conflicting statements. Can we subject this statement to a higher test? What do? Subject them to an affidavit before the police. Now, at the time, I think there was nothing to do with the police. But today you are dealing with a police mate. At the time there was nothing. Today you are dealing with a police mate. So you can't then say Pugen played no role, he was silent, he was happy that there's missing man.
Is it your strategy?
Remember, it's an allegation again at the same time. It's an allegation which is yet to be proven by a court of law if it
Is it your strategy to use third hands or invisible hands to fight your battles against your president, Douglas Mhlanga?
Okay, let me put this on record. The Honorable Monzora is not my enemy. He is not even my equal. I think that's very, very important. I don't even see him as my equal. I don't see him as my enemy. I have never seen him as such. So,
Senator Pugen, at one standing committee meeting,
wait, I want to finish this.
You stood up in a standing committee meeting and you told Douglas Mhlanga that he's worse of a dictator than Nelson Chamisa. He's even worse than the late president Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And he was not even fit to be a president of even a burial society. You said that at a standing committee meeting. And today you want to tell me that you're friends. I find that difficult.
No, I will not deny nor confirm things that happen in the standing committee. So I will not venture into that. But this is the point I want to make. I have never, in any of my actions, done anything to injure politically Dr. Mhlanga. I have never. The only thing I could be successfully accused of are leaked private conversations which people have about many different people, and unfortunately it got leaked, which I apologize for that. These thoughts were supposed to be private. They should have never been public. Outside that, you cannot point and say, this is what you did. In any event, and Professor Matu will bear witness to this, I had a press statement written on that press at the Rainbow Towers of the 29th of December. And that press statement was injurious to his character and reputation. And I refused to read that statement.
That statement was given to you by Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
No, it was given to me by the National Council, which had set the previous day. Right? And they say, this is the statement of the National Council. I refused to read that statement. And Professor later said, I like the way you ended that thing. It was extremely mature of you. Now, I did not. When it was fashionable, when everyone was saying all manner and sorts of statements, I have not. You can go everywhere. You will not find a statement by me attacking Honorable Senator Mhlanga or anyone in the party for that matter. Has the same happened to me? No. I'm attacked daily.
By who?
By everyone. By everyone.
I've never attacked you.
Well, Blessed, look. You're
saying everyone.
No, you contributed on Wednesday to a campaign against me, unwittingly so on your part, because you relied on the information which you genuinely believe that is true. It turned out that that information was not true. It turned out that the answer by the Right Honorable Mhlanga also was based on an untrue information. So there is no basis, if you ask me now, knowing what we know, that the things that were said about me in that press conference. There is no reason.
But there was a statement that I read, which was in the public domain, that at that particular time, you had not challenged.
Yeah, well, I had not seen the statement at the time, but the moment
And that statement was attributed to you as having said that Dr. Thokozani Kupe, right, voted no, but she is also disappointed by the party that is led by Douglas Mhlanga that voted yes to the constitutional amendment bill.
No, but I have at least forwarded you my conversation with Zim Live, where they clearly say that the comments attributed to me are in quotation marks. And the only comment in quotation mark is no. The rest they are saying is not attributed to me. So I'm saying to you, now, whether they are correct or wrong or whatsoever, but this is undeniable that all that informed that question and subsequently the answer was not from my mouth, was not from me, and I wasn't anywhere close to it. And I'm saying to you, you know, because you asked the question that then said, are you in charge? Insinuating that the whole reason why I'm saying what I'm saying at the time, allegedly, it's because he's weak, he's not in charge. And he answered you back by saying, I am in charge. I'm just not trigger happy as people expect me to. You know, and you would have heard the previous week, well, you said to me you don't listen to that other platform. In the other platform, it was insinuated that I am daring, you know. He is acting in a manner that is daring him. And all of that is not based on fact nor reality.
So you do respect Senator Douglas Monzora as your president?
Of course. I sent a tweet, well, it was not a tweet, I sent him a message which you reported on. You reported,
but all your actions so far do not seem that way, do they?
Which actions?
You have not attended any standing committee meeting.
Haven't done have I not accounted for that?
You have clearly...
have I not accounted to you why I couldn't attend? Because it's not like there's a standing committee every week, Blessed. If there's a standing committee every week, you could successfully make that. But I think there have been... You have
not missed your sittings in Senate. You have been here in Harare when standing committees was happening at Harvest.
No. The standing committees have been happening when there's been no Senate. That's the point I'm making to you. They've been happening when there's been no Senate. I couldn't be in South Africa when the Senate was sitting.
If it was that serious for you as top leadership, why would you be going to South Africa knowing that there's standing committee, unless you're looking for an excuse not to attend?
Blessed, I have a family in South Africa. Yeah, I have a family in South Africa. Now, you cannot.
You are representing Zimbabwean people on a part-time because your family is safe in South Africa.
I'm not
and you are coming in and out as a senator and don't have connection with the people.
It's a misrepresentation of facts. You should have asked me. I was in South Africa because I had not seen them for almost a year. I had not seen them for almost a year. And so when you get recess in Parliament, and then you go and see them, and then you get an invitation that we have a standing committee, and then you say, no, I'm already outside the country. I even provided proof that by the time the standing committee was announced, it was the very same day when I was
most of your standing committees, except recently, the ones that started and stuff like that, were actually virtual.
Yes, but I'm saying to you,
so you could have joined those.
No, I couldn't. I accounted to you. There were about.
So there was no network in South Africa.
No, there were about 2 or 3. I wasn't in South Africa. I was in Zimbabwe. I told you the first one or the first 2 ones. We were dealing with Dr. Kupe's COVID. After that, I had my own COVID. So you couldn't. You could. I don't know. You probably have not gone through COVID. COVID does not need a stressful environment, my friend. When you are going through COVID, you just need a very friendly environment. Otherwise, that thing will wipe you out.
So your standing committee is stressful?
Well, it's robust. It's robust. It's robust. But I need to push back on this one. You want to give the impression that I'm on part-time basis. I am not. I am one of the hard-working people when it comes to representing people. If you have an opportunity, I'll show you on my phone. Not only people from Bulawayo, but across the country. They come to me for assistance on things, but I'm just an individual. I can only try and argue my way, say when in Parliament or in committee, or try and direct them to the right place. But no, we're not on part-time basis. We're serious about this thing. And Blessed, I'm very proud of this achievement. I have brought young people into politics that have come to my inbox and say, I never loved politics, but I now love it. I follow you a lot. I've brought these young people in universities, in ordinary walks of life. We're not even at university. I've brought old people.
What is it exactly they like?
Diaspora.
What is it exactly
They
they
say
like?
they like and they love my type of politics.
Of what exactly?
Very progressive politics where we don't play the individual, but we play the ball. Where we are doing everything in our power to shun partisan politics. And
You clearly say in your understanding that the EOC did not live to an expectation of a democratic process. You are silent. Which ball are you playing?
No, you can't say I am silent, Blessed. I did speak at the time, and I said I would like this issue to be over us, because that's part of moving away from that difficult period to a new period. So I said this, let it be over us. Those that are in dispute of it...
You're not?
What I'm saying, those, I think that's plural.
It includes you?
Yes.
So those of us, it would be a better
well,
word?
you can say that. Those that are in dispute of it will find other ways other than this back and forth, very charged comments in public, and try and deal with it in different platforms. And we have been able, in different platforms within the structures, to say this is wrong, this is a wrong application of the rules, this is wrong interpretation of what the rules meant or the Constitution meant, and this is utterly against, so you have just changed the platform, but you are still principled, because whatever I say today in public, it's not going to be different from what I said immediately after the EOC.
Recently, part of your members of parliament of the MDC-T voted in favor of constitutional amendment number 2. Is there a justification for your party to have voted in favor of constitutional amendment number 2, in your view?
Well, I think I've already canvassed with you the political terrain we're operating in, both internally and to some extent the national politics, somewhat toxic, very primitive, extremely unfair. So you don't want to have me comment, especially after the presser of the 21st, this past Wednesday, with regards to the party. Now, if you ask me my personal views about the bill itself and whatsoever, I'm able to
this is why I say
you ask me about how my members voted, how the party voted, and I'm saying,
in your view,
I'm saying he has already spoken, the Right Honorable Monzora, so I can't comment on it. But if you want my view, my views are public, because remember, we have been dealing with this even from the Pollard platform. And we have been clear with Professor Matuku and other luminaries there in that Pollard platform that there is no basis for this constitutional amendment. If you consider that this constitution was voted overwhelmingly by more than 2/3 of our people, almost 100% voted in favor of this constitution. In less than 2 decades, really, you are already changing it. You would have expected the change to say, instead of extending the women quota and introducing the youth quota, what you would have said is, we are not extending the female quota, but we are going a full length and we are introducing a 50-50. If we're not introducing a 50-50, we are at least saying 52% women, 48% men, because that is how census tells us that there are 52% of women and 48% of men. But because it's a men's world, being greedy as males are, gatekeepers, they are putting women in the most unenviable position to say, choose between us taking away your very unfair and minute representation in parliament. You choose that, or you choose where we still give you these crumbs, but we get to take away some of the gains that you got from that constitution. Extremely unfair. A lack of political will across the board, by the way, across the board. Because I think the noble fight would have been 50-50 gender parity, or 52% women, 48% men. We're not moving from there. We are not moving from there. But we have it now. You have ZANU people voting. You have the opposition people voting. Now, who is going to represent the people who voted overwhelmingly for this constitution? And you know that when they voted for it, they were clear that you must do something about this gender parity issue. They did not say take it away after 10 years. They were simply saying we're giving you time to agree that we are going to our aspirational view, which says there is going to be 50-50 gender parity. I am hurt. I am very much hurt because I have a mother, I have a grandmother.
But your party position says that you acted in the best interest of Zimbabweans by ensuring that that gender parity, that quota was maintained. But here it hurts you, and you remain a member of that party.
Well, Blessed, I think we have canvassed those points, how we deal differently and how we move the struggle forward. But let me make this point. The best interest of our young people and our women right now is to make sure that there is equality. There is no better interest than that.
You have
now anything less. Now hear this. Anything less is marginalization. I from my sources, you're supposed to be on vacation over the next week, but you, as Senate, you've been called back to vote on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 2. What would be your vote? Well, my vote is public, Blessed. Like I told you, we've been dealing with this thing from the Pollard days. There is no basis, if you ask me. Now, on the women, and I've already canvassed that point, I want to come to the issue of churches. You saw the process play itself out this week and last week and the weeks before in South Africa. Now, of importance is what happened this week. Honorable Julius Malema, he managed to get a candidate to withdraw his candidate because of accusations of gender-based violence. And he agreed. He said, you know what, maybe I need to clear my name first so that I do not put the name of the institution, which is the judiciary, in jeopardy. That's what you get from those public interviews. That's what you get. Now,
your president doesn't agree.
Well,
he voted yes.
Well, look, I'm staying clear. I'm not taking that bet. It's fine. Allow me to make my points, not juxtaposing them with anyone else's points. Kalpani Puken. When you subject people who want public office to public scrutiny, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong because you're subjecting them to public scrutiny. What is offensive with that? What is wrong with that? You desire an office of a judicial officer. The very same people you want to preside over them, they are allowed to scrutinize you and be satisfied that indeed this person is beyond reproach. So that is my feeling. You come to the whole issue of devolution. What we are hearing now is that those councillors will sit only 4 times a year, and that is it the Minister of State will preside. The Minister of State is not elected. Devolution means local people minding their own business. We cannot get economic growth which we aspire to. And unfortunately, HE is not going to get that vision 2030 because there are certain ingredients, key ingredients to achieving such developmental goals, and some of them are women empowerment, devolution in its true sense. You would have seen what Zinara does, the corruption there. There's a report that just came out yesterday in Parliament over the Zinara issue. The roads are death traps all over the country. Toll gates, We're paying toll gates. We're paying these motor licenses. That's supposed to go to our roads. When you drive in with a car in this country, you pay 1,200 or 1,000 at the very minimum rents to get into this country with a car. The same car, if you go to Lesotho or Swaziland, in Swaziland you'll pay 50 rands. Here you're paying 1,000 to 1,200, 300 rands. Our roads, compared to the roads in Swaziland, our roads are death traps. So where is all of that money going to? So it is very important that you pay, if you are a citizen of Harare, you pay your motor licenses to the Harare city, which then must fix your roads. Because we drive on the freeways, we are leaving money in these toll gates, they must fix our freeways. Because we are entering through national borders, that money must take care of the national borders. But no, the centralization is killing us. You cannot combat corruption successfully so with centralization. You can't.
In your parting words, Senator,
Yeah.
you've spoken passionately about this. So in your parting words, Senator, your party is supporting these things that you are so passionate and and so understandably so against. Do you think you're in the right place?
Well, I think I know what you'll say. You'll say we're interested in what you do more than what you say. If you go to our manifesto and go to our founding documents, you'll find that the things I'm saying are exactly in those documents.
But you are seeing that you are deviating. That is my point. Are you in the right place?
This is the publicly documented position of the party. Publicly documented position. You can go to all of our documents, you will find that. So, I would leave judgment to others. I will not offer judgment. I will leave to others. But what I will tell you is that my positions are in step with all the founding party positions.
Thank you very much for your time, Senator Puggen, and thank you very much for offering us this amazing opportunity to have this discussion. Now, thank you very much, viewers, for joining us on the situation right now, where I was talking to Senator Puggen on a number of issues that involve his personal political views, political path, and where the party that he is part of and also represents as deputy spokesperson is heading to. And this now is the situation right now. And I am Blessed Mhlanga, your host, Dara B. Until next time, thank you very much.